Come on, camera, work with me here. Ah! Why is it that every time I need to have it in a certain position, it likes to mess up on me? Can you all hear me? I need to know if anybody can hear me. Because I'm also in Discord voice chat, so let's see here. Yeah, sound is moving, so yeah, we're good. Ah! I just had to tap on that, and then boom. That's good enough to show my workbench. So here I am. I am currently building. I'm going to be working on building some cooling fans to be used that can be used for fursuits. So here's my two that I have here. I have one more that I can also build here on the stream because I can make them the wires custom length, and they will be USB powered because they're 5 volts. And I already have a few built that I've already made with parts that I pulled from other computers like laptops. Here's one. Here's another one that's like these, and it's powered by USB. And everything just wants to fall. So here I have this, and I have this power block. I just plug it in, and it's blowing air. Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much that. And come on. I hope everybody can hear me. There's one. Here's the second one. Very powerful. See it spinning? I just pull it out. It stops. It's not moving now. Now you see it moving. So yeah. I will demonstrate in a moment them working in a fursuit head. So let's see here. What's next? This one you can use with your own extension cord. But it works, but it's very powerful. These are very powerful, high velocity, very fast moving air. So yeah, it's not running there. Now it is. Let's see here, something to demonstrate. Now, upon request, I can, because this part, some of these are exposed to fingers, but these won't hurt as much as like traditional fans would. Because the blades are closer together. And here's another one. You can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it. This has got some power. Now, the reason why I say these are all going to be custom built is because I'll be using two wire double insulated wiring, so that way it's already, the wire is already made. I just have to cut it to specific lengths as needed, and I use my soldering iron right here, accompanied with my solder right here, and solder it directly onto these USB ports. And I hate my camera does not like to focus. So the way that it will sit directly inside the mouth. And you want to have the opening blowing in. That's an example with it just with the wire just hanging out the front. But because you want to have it on the inside, you want to make sure you have an opening inside the mouth that even if you were to like tilt your head down, it'll still come out. But if you can like safety pin it or paper clip it into the opening, it'll work. And you have a decent length of wire or cord to deal with. I realized I just remembered. There we go. Let my friend know that I'm live. Excuse me. But yeah, and I can use like USB extension cords, or make like a separate little pouch or something, or have a special little pouch that I can wear around the neck that can hold this. I don't know if you can hear it. There's a fan just sitting in there. Plus, there's enough room with these compared to a traditional fan. You can, if you have like those fursuit straws for drinking water, you have room for it. You have plenty of room to work with it. So in the meantime, to show you the fans that I have so far. So now you're going to see me make one. And this one I have long enough to go from the opening or from the fan down to a pocket, like in your pants or in a backpack or purse or something like that. However you want to do it. Come on, work with me here. Ah! Stay there. Stay there, damn camera. So I have a multi-tool here. So now, and I have my trusty electrical tape. So let's set aside one of these for now. I'm using my secondary computer because my main computer is currently rendering a video that will be posted onto a second channel that I have. So let's go ahead and get this going here with stripping. I don't want to cut too much into. I just need to expose a portion of the wire. And of course, everything just goes flying with that. Oh, and I also don't want to forget my trusty heat shrink tubing. So now that should be enough for me to work with. Doesn't matter to me if the pieces go flying here. I could always just clean them up later. So get that one end stripped. Now let's go for the other end to strip that. Doop 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 doop. Hello, Johnson. Hi. Who may I ask joined? Is this a zine? And I'm live streaming on YouTube as well, buddy. Did you not see my announcement? Ooh, nice. Sounds like you had. Ah. Uh-oh. That's always fun. You guys can't hear whatever's going on with the. I'm also keep in mind I'm also talking to the live stream, so I'm actually streaming me building these cooling fans, and I'm making like 2 of them. But first, I'm starting off with 1. What? Okay. Next step is. Hello, Viper. Hello, everybody. Okay. Now the next part is I take this connector that's on this fan and just clip it right off. Goodbye. Don't need you. I'm making cooling fans for fursuits. So that one kind of messed up on the strip. There we go. Okay. Well, hello. One of my lights is not working right. My work light that I use for a variety of things, not lighting up. I wonder why. I'm like, oh, I see. Not plugged in right. There we go. I have one of these lights. Lights up and has a magnifier. So I'll be using it on my end. You can see it. See all the other stuff. Hyena agenda. So I can see what the heck I'm doing. Plus, I have this really neat little helper that holds things in place for me. And it also has a magnifier on it as well. I use it to help me with my little kits or projects or whatever. But sometimes this magnifier just gets in my way more so than anything. So the first thing I'm going to do, let's see here. Let me trim down this wire a little bit because I only need to deal with so much on the USB connector part. Let's see here. Trim down to about there. What do you need, Zeno? Oh Lord, Deku wants me. Why the hell, dude? Okay, you know I made me a separate memes channel as well, and there's a separate media channel now on my server. You know that, right? Please, no interruptions like that. Let's see here. Oh wait, I forgot. I need to do this. So let's see here. Where is my other tube of shrink tubing? Here we go. Let me cut a length off here. Let's see here. I'm all over the place, so please forgive me for confusing people. Okay, sit that on my lap for now. I'm going to peel this apart a little bit more, so that way I have a little bit more room to work with. And now I can use this, hold one end, and then I use the other side of this to hold the other end that I need. Turn that so it doesn't mess up. Bring the cord up here. Ah! And these soldering irons, I don't know if anybody's ever worked with them, but they get super hot, but they can cause burns. I have the unit down underneath the desk, so it's not in my way, but it can get as hot as like 900 degrees. Hello. Burp. I am streaming me building cooling fans. So how you doing, Issei? Oh, right, of course, like you always do. There's nothing wrong with that, really. Blep. So now that part is ready. So now all I need to do is solder the connection. Let's see here. Of course it did. Ah! No. Okay, put away the soldering iron so I don't burn myself or anything like that. Oh my god, stop it, Issei. Please. Please stop it for me. For now. Please stop. Just be glad you're on headphones, so nobody can hear you. Even though those that follow your channel know you for you. Whatever. Please stop. Okay. Let's see if I can get this angled right so I can see for you guys on the video. So now all I need to do is you will see the height. Now the magic happens. Who did? Who did? Moonlight? About what? Ah. there's a sponge here that helps me clean the tips. Helps me clean the tip of the soldering iron. So now, lift that up, get that out of the way. Make sure it's all tight. Okay. All right. Now, the next part is slide the heat shrink tubing over the connection end, the connection, and then now the next part is where we actually have real fire. Heat shrink tubing, you will see it shrinks when heat is applied to it. If you guys look carefully, you will see that it did. You will see that it did shrink on itself. So now, excuse me. What is a weird noise? What weird noise? There is a noise that you're hearing. That is my my blue flame lighter. So if you heard like a hissing sound, that's probably what you were hearing. All right. All right, so now the cable part is done on this fan. And now there will be a video uploaded pretty soon to YouTube within the next day or so, as soon as the rendering of my main video. But it will actually be recorded on my phone because I have, like I mentioned early on in the stream, that I do have another video that's being rendered right now, Sony Vegas Pro 13. The closing ceremonies for FanCon, which is over a month, which is like a month overdue, but still the fact that it's getting done and uploaded is what matters the most. But still, let's see here. How did I do this? Because I am right-handed. Aha. Flip it over. Flip it around. Oh my God. Because you like hearing it on the Discord and because of the delay on the stream. Yes, I know. You can always, if you're, oh my God, you're distracting me, boy. So now let's see here. Let's get this over here. Ah! Okay. Magnifier, you're being used as my stabilizer. Oh, you like my little screams? Ah! Let's see here. Now, let's move on. God damn it. But yeah, this is the main unit for my soldering kit. And it is currently set to 350 degrees Celsius. So that is very hot. Now, isn't it? It's hot enough to melt tin. Melt this grade of tin. You get burned. Arg. That's a fail. Okay, let's do this a little bit differently. Durr. No boobs, please. All right, that does for that one. But in Call of Duty, nice. Oh, why? Do you know? All right. And I just realized I did not put heat shrink tubing on this one, so I'll just use electrical tape to wrap this one. But let's verify that this works. So let's flip this over and let that cool off for a minute and plug it in. And we got a working fan. There we go. There's a working fan. You hear the blowing of the microphone. It does not really look challenging, but once you know what you're doing, it's really easy. But I've soldered small electronics. I've done repairs like this for many, many years, so I know what I'm doing. So let's say I do this. I hold this, and I actually use hot glue to seal this. The most universal maker's protector. And even if necessary, you can hot glue your own connector into your suit, especially the ones that I showed earlier, which I will show again for newcomers. For those that have already seen, I will still show it again. So now I will show momentarily the so now let's wrap this up in electrical tape. I'm going to let that hot glue solidify a little bit more before I move on. So in the meantime now, I'm going to move on to another one. And it's very lightweight. Very, very lightweight. If that matter too. It's very lightweight. Let me put this over here for now. Let me set this over there. And just to show you all again, the ones that I already have made, here's this one. And these will work with any battery bank that you may have. And let me grab something that I have that can test how much power these things can take. These things take. I had something here a minute ago, and I don't remember where I put it now. Hey, somebody left and then rejoined. Hi. Hi. Okay. Yep. But to show you how long these fans can last, here's what I have. What's called the charger doctor. This will help you test to make sure that your charger, your battery, your phone is working right in terms of charging. Plus, it reads the voltage and the amps of whatever device that you have it plugged into. So let me turn that off and plug this in, and you will see that it lights up. Right now, it's showing amps of 0. And it's 5.23 volts. I plug this in power, and it will show that it's only using not even half an amp. 5.13 volts. And it is using 0.45 and with fluctuation of amps. So a normal cell phone, when you're charging it, would take as much as 1 amp or more. With these little chargers, with these batteries, and this small amount of power that's being taken from this can last for hours. It can last you like maybe a day, or at least a day or more. So you could charge this up, and if you want to really do some extreme suiting, you can probably suit for like 6 or more hours before you have to rest and recharge these. Because I have more than one of these. I just need to find it. Here's the other one. Because I have a second one. Let's plug this into here. Charging doctor. Why an iPhone? iPhone is shit. iPhone shit. So why? Okay. Right. Oh yeah. Are you serious? Wow. But yeah, this is not challenging. What are you guys talking about? Oh yeah, the newer generations have gotten to be shit, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm the same way too. I'm you say. Yeah. Yep. Oh, nice. All right. Yeah, that's true. Fan number 2. Yeah, that's one thing that iPhone was known for back in its origination days, is that they had small phones they had small screens because the cost of making them was very high, for that matter. That's true. That's what they were focusing on, is portability. Now they're focusing on making things more better productivity for a lot of people. In my opinion, that is. Ooh, what? Huh? Eh. All right. Here's that. There we go. Yeah, this is not challenging, but like I said, I've done this stuff for years, so I know what the hell I'm doing. So now let's see here. Cut this off. Goodbye connector. I'm going to go on Amazon pretty soon, or online parts is look for 5-volt cooling fans for computers, because that's the preferred power that I would that I like. I know I gave that a little extra, but I needed enough, so in case if something were to happen during stripping, I can easily trim it down as needed. All right. Now let's see here. Let's trim this a bit how I need it. Let's see here. Blep. Yarr. Yarr. Ba-da-ba-ba. 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 I'm doing this one a little bit differently than what I have done. But this is another way of using these. Because these are they're called helping hands. So that way I can have empty hands in dealing with this. Let's see here. Good angle for this camera. All right. That is ready to be soldered and pinned. Now, the reason why I'm holding the soldering iron up here is because from here here is where the heating element is. So if I were to loosen this nut, you would see the heating element inside this shaft, the shaft here. And like I said, it gets super hot, hotter than your oven, but it heats up super fast. Da, 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 da. Clean this tip. I need to do some Micro Center shopping today, later, before they close. Because after this batch, this first batch of cooling fans that I'm going to be making, I will start taking commissions to build more. Let's see here. And I will price them depending on what would like to be ordered. You know, customers' demand. I do it based on demand, based on what you want. So I go by requests. So whatever you choose, I will do. So now I'll grab my lighter again. And this just needs to be waved. And you see they're reacting. It just needs to be exposed to heat, and it's good. Some people would use a heat gun. I prefer doing it that way. That's just me though. Now do the next part, and that is soldering the wire on to the USB connector end, because these will be a batch of my pre-mades. And for those of you that are close friends to me, or like I've known you for a while, you will get them for free. But any other requests, all my subscribers that are watching here, and if I know you, if I know you, I will consider you as like part of my first batch. If you want to give me a little bit of money to compensate for making these, I'd be more than happy to take that. Not only can I make cooling fans, but I can also do lighting kits. So I can build lighting, but I do need more advanced notice as to what you wish to have. Like I can make a kit so you can install it yourself of lighting that you can install it on whatever part you wish to choose on your fursuit. All right, so that's done for that part. All I need to do is to have them come into touch the wire that's been heated. Come on. Struggles. Struggles of these. The struggles are real. Shadow slash. And if you're wondering if I have burned myself on doing these things or similar projects, yes, I have. It's not pleasant, but we all learn from mistakes. All right. I do not need a bridge connection here. There we go. Last thing I need is a bridge connection that can affect the ability of it to work, function. I need to get me some sandpaper or something. Because this thing is just horrible. Yeah. And again, I forgot some heat shrink tubing onto this part. Lovely. Oh well. That's where hot glue comes in handy. But normally I would use a heat shrink tubing to protect the wires a little bit better. But the last thing, but even though, depending on the device that you use, most of the time you get short circuit protection on these things, which is good. But it's still best to have additional protection against it. All right, that's the second one down. Excuse the globs of hot glue that I have on these, but once they cool down, I'll be able to form them a little better. Last one, and I need to get some wire, but I think I will do this one directly onto. Excuse me. Well, yeah, like I said, I've burned myself on with these because it's 350 degrees Celsius. So if you do a conversion, depending on where you are, it's very hot. It gets very hot. Let's see here. I have one more connector, and I can do another one because I have a bag full of these USB connectors, and I've already had to throw out 2 of them because of trial and error. But I know how to deal with it, and I know which one is the positive and the negative, to the point that I have used a Sharpie to mark which side is a negative so I don't forget. I haven't done it to all of them, but at least I know which one is which, because a black Sharpie will tell me which side is where the black goes, black wire goes. So I will be right back, and give me 1 second. Cutter. Let's see. All right, I am back. Put my headset on so I can communicate with my Discord. But if you're wondering what these wires are from, is that they're actually from an old security system that we used to have that was in this house, but it's not being used anymore. So why let the wiring go to waste when I can use it for something else? Because it's just exactly what I need. Because I'll show you one of my first builds of a cooling fan as soon as I can dig it out here. This was one of my first cooling fans, one of my very first ones. And it would sit inside the muzzle, the mouth of the fan. But because this is 12 volts, a 5-volt power supply will not do it. I would have to take like 2 of these to get it to run at the rate that I want it to. So for that, I had to build a 6-volt power supply with a power switch powered by 8 AA batteries. And that can get expensive quite quickly, especially on how fast they go, depending on the kind of batteries that you use. But I have a connector so that way I can use it for universal things. But I can use it for other reasons than just fursuit cooling. You see, it's not very powerful, so I can use this for other purposes. So to utilize this 12-volt power supply that I have, I built myself a light that I can install separately. As soon as I can get it entangled in wires, as soon as I can get the wires entangled from it. The struggles are real of tangled wires. Struggles are real. Struggles. The struggles. Okay, now it's untangled. Now I'm going to turn off the lights here because this is what I use. This is what I had sitting inside the ear of Nicola during FanCon. It's blue lights, so I can use it. So I can build one of these as well upon request. But I would like to go for like a smaller power supply than this. But for powering this, this can go for days before the batteries need to be changed. And I did the same kind of method with heat shrink tubing, and it works very well. But I made the cord a little bit too long. But what can you do? set this aside for the moment. Put this in my parts bin. I need better parts bins. But anyway, everything just wants to fall over on my workbench. Hi. So now let's get back to the building. So yeah. I actually have, while I was at FanCon, a little ID that was made for me for FanCon. And it shows, you can't see it very well. Let's see here if I can do this. I don't know if you can see it, even though this is Nicola. I had the lights installed in the ears. I had the lights installed in the ears. I did a photo shoot for an ID that I at FanCon back in January. Which reminds me, I need to check on the status of the rendering of that video. For a video that took that I recorded like an hour 14 minutes roughly. Oh my god. Hey Logan. For a movie, for a video that took an hour 14 minutes for me to record, it had to be split into 2 files. I don't know why, but my camera did it that way. I need to see what I'm doing. Oh, nice. Yeah. Strip one end. Strip the other. As far back as I can. Hello. If the pieces go flying, then I don't really give a darn at this moment. Let's see here. There we go. I'm glad that you are going to a birthday party. Now, something like this, unless you're dealing with welding, you don't need safety glasses or sunglasses or protect, but it's still best to have protective eyewear. But for me, I'm so experienced that I don't really need it unless I have an incident involving it. So now, fan build number 2. When it comes to soldering, but stripping, I like stripping it like this because it's cleaner. Dominique. All right. Oops. I just realized something that I'm missing. That would be the heat shrink tubing that I need. Ah! I'm already failing as it is. Ah! No. Ah. I usually cut like about half an inch to 3/4 of an inch to as much as I think about an inch worth. So that way I have plenty of working room. And let's see here. That's the black to black, red to red. When it comes to wiring something like this, you gotta make sure you get the color coding right, otherwise things will go wrong. Now let's see here. And of course my dogs just want to start barking. Also, when I start taking commissions for this kind of stuff, I will give everybody a guarantee that if anything were to happen during the during use while these are owned or being used, and I will hold a guarantee, lifetime guarantee, shipping included. So that way, if anything were to happen while you have the cooling fans in possession, like if a soldering joint comes apart, you will have you will have backup basically. Think of it like insurance. And even if you were to do repairs on your own, or you have someone that does it, I will still honor my initial warranty repairs. Okay, verify that one's tighten on there. Get that back, put the tube over. Now that one, tube over. Now to hold that while I get the heat, while I get my lighter. Okay. Oh, see ya, Shadow Slash. Come on, dumb photo. Media only. Oh my God, Deku. All right. Now, hopefully this time I'll remember my black heat shrink tubing, which I need for the final piece, for the final bit. Because I will do this. Put this over here. Put it down here. All right, so now let's move this over here. And I'm almost out of supplies, so these fans, aside from one, are part of my first batch. So this first batch will be a giveaway. I'm trying to make them long enough so that way you can have them in wherever you want. Just be careful because the reason why I'm choosing USB is because they can easily be pulled out, and they're easier to work with because it's just simple connect and disconnect, really. Let's trim that one down a little bit. Trim that one down a little bit too. That one down a little bit more because I want it to be a little bit more flush with the connector. Now to what they call tin the wire. All right. Yeah. I wonder who's watching right now. Please give me a little bit of a roll call. Oh, I hate that. Oh, no, you don't. There we go. Exactly what I wanted to happen. And now let's see here. This last bit. I prefer it to be a little bit cleaner than that. Working with soldering iron and being perfection, such a small connection is tedious, but I've managed. Once I am able to do more, I'll get better. Ah, no, 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 no. Ah. All right. 9 hours, 20 minutes left on this rendering. It's going to take forever. I hate this. Sometimes rendering can be so tedious. For those of you that have done video editing, it's very hard. Now let's do a final test. There we go. That's all I need. Is just verify that it's working. Now to do the next bit. Uh-oh. All right. And nobody's watching. And now nobody's watching. Lovely. I feel so lonely now. Add another tube of hot glue into my glue gun. Now, that black is really hot. All right, that's the next one that's done. Now I got one more I want to build, and then I got to go out and shop for some more supplies. And oh my gosh, the struggles of hot glue, the string struggles of hot glue. It's like you get one, you get them all. The thing with hot glue is that it takes forever to harden. I think that may be enough for now. That may be enough for now, because I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to do this one quite yet or what. Anyway, catch y'all later. Catch y'all on the next stream. Once I start taking commissions for these, it will be based upon the price of parts and the labor. Once I start taking commissions, I will start taking commissions for these as early as tomorrow. So if anybody wants to do cooling fans for their fursuits, I'd be more than happy to make them. So I do PayPal, I do Cash App, mainly PayPal, preferably. Appreciate everyone watching. Catch y'all later. Peace out.